Hello Aries, thank you for joining me. It's Sandra here from Wolf Moon Tarot. This is going to be your Fairy Oracle reading for June 2021. I've pre-shuffled the cards to get your energy into the cards, Aries. So I'll just do a final shuffle. We're just going to start off with the Animal Spirit deck, and we'll just take a couple of cards from here just to get your reading started. So first of all we have Mouse Spirit, and this is saying it's important to tend to the small things. So, you know, too often we can get caught up with the larger things in everyday life, can't we? But what this is saying, it's important to look after the small things also, whatever that means for you. So let's see, I'll just put that to one side. And Turtle Spirit, so slow and steady wins the race. So there's no rush. Take your time, slow and steady wins the race, particularly in this retrograde season, and we've been going through eclipse season, haven't we? So it is about slowing down and taking your time, and perhaps that's where the Mouse Spirit comes in. This is the time to tend to the small things, to look after the small things. Alright, so slow and steady wins the race. So let's see. So I'll just do a final shuffle now of the Fairy Oracle cards by Brian Froud. So we have the heart of your reading here, what the challenge is to that, what's in your power ×2, possible outcome, and then something else your guides would like to say to you at this time. And at the bottom of the deck we have Laced Moon's Daughter, and this is about shining your light, or light being shone on something being highlighted. All right, it's it's similar in a little way to the moon energy in tarot, although that can be very much about things in the shadow, can't it, or in an illusion. Whereas with Laced Moon's Daughter, this is very much about highlighting something, shining a light to see the way forward. All right, so I'll just put that to one side, and then another shuffle, and we'll just clarify the cards on the table. They're all jumping about. Right, okay, so there is one that's just jumped out, and it's the Green Woman. I will put it back, but this is about tapping into the wild side of you, into your authentic self, walking barefoot on the ground, dancing around the campfire, touching base with nature, you know, stripping back the layers of conformity, if you like, and, you know, going a little bit with what it is that you like, what it is that you want to do, as long as it's not harmful for yourself or anybody else around you. You know, but, you know, just doing what you would like to do for a while. Okay, I'll just pop that back. Another couple of shuffles. And we'll just lay them on top in the same order. And at the bottom of the deck this time we have Iris of the Rainbows. And Iris of the Rainbows, this is very much about a gradual transformation. There's a gradual transformation happening within you, Aries, that you are still a little bit preoccupied with the past, with something from the past, or the past in general. As you can see, Iris has got her foot on the bubble of the past. but she is slowly turning now, because there are rainbow blessings, there's new opportunities being offered to her, so she is starting to acknowledge that. And there's also a little fairy here with a bow and arrow ready to pop this bubble, you know, to pop the bubble, to get rid of it, if you like. So all right, so this is a gradual transformation within you, I think. Gradual changes are happening within you, Aries, for whoever this is for. It is a general reading, Aries, so take what resonates with you, but leave what doesn't behind or for somebody else. So I'm going to put Iris next to Laced Moon's daughter. So it could well be that light is being shone on this transformation process, on something perhaps that needs leaving behind now. I'm ready to start to look to the future, look forward to the future, to the blessings that are coming in for you now, Aries. So I'm just going to put those to one side now. Okay, so tend to the small things, Mouse Spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. There's a gradual transformation now. Alright, so let's have a look at the heart of your reading, Aries. We have... Okay. So it doesn't surprise me that these two have come out together. We've got the Lady of the Harvest and we've got the Death, but it's death and transformation. So the Lady of the Harvest, the energy of the Lady of the Harvest is about letting go of something. It brings with it a certain amount of sadness and perhaps grief to a certain extent. But this is about letting go of something because there's no more growth, perhaps, or the sense of loss. There's a sense of loss here, and grief. But as with a harvest, which happens in autumn or the fall, according to where you are on the planet, then, you know, there's no more growth, is there, until the next year, until things start to build up again. So, and it's about acknowledging that, accepting it, and letting that season go. So, you know, take it how it resonates with you, Aries. And of course the clarifier is the Death, so something definitely come to an end. Perhaps it's something that it's completed its cycle, that needed to come to an end in a very natural way, perhaps, for some of you. But you see, whenever anything comes to an end, it always makes way for a new way forward. And you see the figure of Death here is offering a beautiful crystal now. So there's something on offer now coming in. But that's not to minimise the energy of the Lady of the Harvest. It's a sad energy for somebody or for a few of you, Aries. But it's letting it go, ready, so you can allow yourself to transform and receive the gifts that are coming in and that are on offer for you now. Now, the challenge for you is we've got the Master Maker and Loethos the Wild. The Master Maker, this is about being better than you possibly thought you could be. Just when you thought you excelled in some area, that you were the best you possibly could be, then the Master Maker says, no, you can be even better. You've got more skin that you can grow into. But for whoever this is for, this is a challenge for you. Being able to acknowledge that you can actually go further, that you can be better in whatever this area is to do with. That things can improve, possibly. And of course, Loethos the Wild is, he's a very quick energy. He wants things to happen now. He doesn't want to hang around, he doesn't want to wait, doesn't want to think about it. He wants it to happen now. He can see he's leapfrogging across what looks like a toadstool. So this is the energy that's, you know, but the message with Loethos the Wild is that sometimes, yes, it is important to perhaps make a decision quickly, but also sometimes it's not. And although you may feel the urge of Luathus the Wild to act quickly with something or react to something. It's important not to. It's important to wait and think things through. Particularly in this time of the retrogrades, the planets that are retrograde, particularly Mercury, although it's at the tail end now, it's important not to make a decision too quickly. Just wait a little bit longer till Mercury goes forward again. All right, so Luathus the Wild. So the challenge for you, I feel, Aries, is that you're going to want to act and react quickly. And the challenge is not to, it's to take a step back and wait a little while. Wait while Luathus, Moon's daughter, shines her light to reveal what it is that needs to be revealed and make something more clear. Okay, so this is the challenge for you, not to react or make a decision too quickly, and this is to do with expansion, I feel, expanding, growing, becoming more. It may be to do with work and career, it may be, for some of you, it may be to do with what it is you're very skilled at, very good at. And there's an opportunity to expand. But Luathus is saying, just wait. That opportunity is not going to go away. It's not quite the right time to step into the expansion. You know, slow and steady wins the race. So take your time, Aries. Just attend to the small things at the moment. Now, what's in your power? So we have the Oakman and honesty. The Oakman, this is about drawing on the roots of your wisdom. It may be drawing on ancestral wisdom, or perhaps the older generation in the family, draw on their wisdom. And it's within your power to do that. So, you know, while you're taking your time, there'll be something coming up, there's something happening around you that you just need to perhaps ask for wise counsel. And that's not to say that you haven't got the wisdom within yourself, Aries. And that is part of the energy of the Oakmen, is to draw on your inner wisdom. But if there are paternal and maternal figures around you that you can go to for advice, and that, you know, that's something that might be a possibility for some of you. But there's something about drawing on, needing to slow down, draw on some wisdom, tap into deep wisdom, wise counsel. And we've got honesty here, so, you know, be honest with yourself, Aries. Be honest with yourself about what it is you want, where it is you're going, what your aspirations are perhaps, what your plans are for the future. But be honest with yourself, you know, and that's the clarifier for the Oakmen. So really draw on this wise counsel, this wisdom, your inner wisdom perhaps, and be honest with yourself as you're doing that. Now is a good time, because of the eclipse season, with things coming up to the surface that need dealing with. Now is a good time to make the changes, or to face up to certain situations for some of you. So what else is in your power? Well, we have the Guardian at the gate and Neris the Alchemist. So the Guardian of the gate. Now, this is something that's building up. This is something that's building up apace, ready for shooting through. And when you shoot through this gate, you are transformed. Things will be some things will be different. Change is happening, and you could quite possibly feel it, Aries, whoever this is for. And it's a very positive change. It's a very positive transformation. And the clarifier is now is the alchemist, and this is about alchemy. This is internal change. Things are changing within you, and I'm sure you can feel it, Aries. And you can see Neris, she's turned her back on the past now. The past is done. And she's only interested in going forward. She's very determined, shining her light here. And she's just going to go forward now with all the acquired knowledge and wisdom that she has, that she's gained over time. And she's going to take that forward now. And that's what's building up. As you are building up now, ready to go through the gate of wisdom and change, things are changing, and you won't look back, Aries. You won't look back. You're going to just go forward. So, possible outcome now for you. We have late in the sylph and we have fairies of the future. And late in the sylph, this is another very quick energy. A beautiful light sprite, if you like. But things are going to get lighter and will start to pick up a pace, if you like. There's going to be an increase in energy for you, Aries. And you're going to be lighter of foot, if I can put it that way. You're going to feel lighter and brighter within yourself. The clarifier is the fairies of the future. And the fairies of the future, again, are not preoccupied with the past. They are planning now to go forward. They're leaving what's past to the elf up here. He's got one eye looking to the past, one eye looking to the future. So he will deal with anything from the past. So that, let it go. So the fairies of the future are very much just concerned with going forward now. And you're going to go forward feeling a lot lighter and a lot brighter. And as things do start to pick up a pace, as Mercury retrograde comes to an end, as the energies and the hold of the eclipse season starts to gradually taper off, then as you are planning, you're going to be planning for the future, for going forward. So beautiful energies here, beautiful. Just to say that there are probably 4 other planets that are retrograde now, going through to October, but there's lots about those online, so it's not for me to talk about those at this time. And people far more knowledgeable than me about it. I've put posts online on websites, so lots of interesting information there. But nevertheless, a possible outcome for you now is feeling lighter, brighter, going forward, having your eyes on the prize going forward now. So that's what's going to be coming in for you as a possible outcome. So beautiful energies, although just an acknowledgement that currently you're probably feeling a bit sad about having to leave something, letting something go, the end of something, but that has got to come to an end, ready for the transformation process that I feel is quite clear throughout your reading, Aries. So what would your guides like to say to you now? Okay, well, we have the Pook and we have Geo the Slow. Now, the Pook is a very paradoxical energy. This is about what you know and what you don't know, what's real but what's not real. It's that bit of a confusing energy. So I think what this is saying is, for some of you, you're not quite sure what to believe. You're being pulled perhaps one way and another. You feel you've got a grasp on something, and then you start to question it. So it's that sort of an energy. Okay, and then the clarifier is Geo the Slow. And Geo the Slow as it says on the tin, he is nestled in the ivy next to the tree, and he's slowed down and is quite happy to watch the world go by. He's in no rush to do anything or go anywhere. So this energy, and I feel this is what's contributing to the Pook energy, because the challenge for you was a need to expand, a desire, an energy to act quickly, to expand, and progress. All right, and these are the challenges, because it's not quite the right time to do that. So these are the challenges, and this is what's confusing for you, because your energy is wanting to do that, because we've had late in the sylph, which is another quick energy, you see, but it's not quite time to tap into that energy. That's an outcome that's on the way. It's coming in, it'll be coming in soon, but it's not quite, we're not quite there yet. And so that's why it's important to stay nestled in the ivy just for a little while longer. But of course, you know, it's confusing for you, and we understand that, and that's understandable. You know, your energy wants to get going quickly, but you know, the planets are saying no, just wait a bit longer. The universe is not allowing you to at this time, but it's all going to come in for you, Aries. It's all going to come in for you. So, you know, as we saw right at the beginning, just it's time to tend to the small things at this time. No major strides, no major decisions. Tend to the small things, the everyday nitty-gritty, and that's going to help in the long run. I think if you've heard the saying, look after the pennies and the pounds will look after themselves. Look after the cents and the dollars will look after themselves. You know, wherever you are, whatever your currency is. So, you know, look after the small things, and that's going to stand you in good stead, because slow and steady wins the race. It's all going to come in for you, Aries. It's just wait a little bit longer now. Look after, tend to the small things. Seek wise counsel. Be honest with yourself. Okay. Just get through this time of feeling, of having to let go of something that is creating a level of sadness, but it's important, and it's a transformation energy, you know, to make way for new things coming in. Of course, the Guardian and the Gate, this is definitely something building up. Definitely something building up within you and perhaps around you. And things are going to change, and change forever in a very positive way. So blessings are coming in for you. All right, I'm just going to get, could we have 2 final messages for Aries, please, to conclude this reading from the Sacred Traveller. 2 final messages for Aries, please, to conclude this reading. 2 final messages for Aries, please. So this is very much about your journey, Aries. We've got faraway places, so get ready for new horizons. So this is, get ready for this expansion that's coming in for you, for new adventures. So very exciting. You know, it could be indicating holidays for some of you, but definitely there's this change that's coming in. The Guardian of the Gate that's building up now. So get ready for new horizons, Aries. And ascending the mountain, so keep going forward. So, you know, it's not to say that there's not going to be some twists and turns on this road. Some, you know, some mountains to climb at times, obstacles put in your way, and that's life, isn't it? You know, the ups and downs, the twists and turns. But keep going forward, keep going. Don't let anything put you off. Don't let anything put you off in the direction you're going. Keep going. you know, even when you're ascending the mountain, because you're going to get there. As long as you've got the will and the determination. And at the end of the day, Aries, we've all got free will. It's up to you, you know, what it is you want, and whether you want whatever the direction you're going, whether it's the direction you want and you want it badly enough. Keep going forward, you know, and you're going to get there. So, lovely energies for you, Aries. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed this fairy oracle reading for June. Good luck going forward, and I hope you can join me again in the future. Bye bye for now.